Hey, you guys. You guys feel all right? Woo! Welcome, you guys. I'm so excited that you guys are here and are ready to rock it, get published, right? So, let's see. In the comments, I want to know that you are here. Hey, Erin. Hey, Jessica. How are you, Teresa? So excited. Woo! Okay. So I have a lot of my friends in the chat already. I'm super excited about that. Let's turn this off so we can talk, right, you guys? Okay, so welcome. Thank you for joining the chat, and we are going to work it out, right? So here we are. We have people in here, and we're ready to go. I'm very excited. This is going to happen. Okay, so first of all, there are some things I need to tell you. Ready? So I asked my friends at Joe Totes, I love them a lot, and they will be giving away, well, this is my Joe Tote bag, but they will be giving away a $100 gift card to Joe Totes that you can buy your own bag of choice, and that will be happening at the end. So stick with me. At the end, I'll tell you what you can do to be entered in to win. I'm going to be switching back and forth to seeing the comments and seeing if I look like a normal person. So if you guys are here, I want to know if you are a photographer. I want to know, or if you are a creative. I think most of my photography friends are going to be in here, but if you are a creative, I want to know that too, okay? This is my favorite bag, right? So, a lot of things going on. Also, just for you guys, I talked to my friends at Irisworks, and if you don't know Irisworks, okay, Stephanie's a photographer, Jessica's a photographer. Okay, perfect. Then I know exactly if you are a creative and not a photographer, let me know that too, because I need to know if I'm just speaking to photographers or speaking to creatives in general. Okay, so we got a lot of photographers in the house. So if you guys want, ooh, that's right, Sarah, I remember. Okay, so a creative photographer. Okay, good. Okay, so we have some creatives. This is for everyone. And so let me just tell you, for my photographers, if you guys know Irisworks, they help you, they're a management system. They are giving just you guys 15% off the first 3 months when you use code BEAUTY15, BEAUTY15. I will put that in there. So if you use BEAUTY15, then you will get 15% off for your first 3 months. I love them, they're fantastic. So that is awesome, and that is the housekeeping items. Stick with me. We got a Joe Tote bag at the end. That is what we will be giving away. Also, my course is live right now, and it is a writing course that is going to help you figure out your writing voice and really get to a point where you can use your writing to improve your business and create a brand that you love. All right, that is happening, and only for this broadcast and a few minutes after, I've taken $50 off any level of the course that you want to take. So it's $50 off. I will, and this is just if you buy it during this live training. Okay, so that is all the housekeeping. Let me introduce myself. I am Michelle Gifford. I am the high school senior photographer. I am the founder of Beauty Revive, which is a photography movement for photographers. I also am the editor-in-chief of Beauty Revive magazine. I've been published all over. I have my background is in public relations, and so that's why I know how to write, and that's why I know how to write for business, and that's why I want to help you. So let's talk about it. Let's dig in. Hopefully you guys all have your worksheets. I have notes all over mine, but hopefully you guys have your worksheets printed out. If you don't, just below this broadcast, you can get your own worksheets. There's a link that says want to study along, get your worksheets here, okay? So if you guys will click on that link, then you can get your worksheets and you can study along or print them out later, okay? So your worksheets are ready to go and you guys are ready to learn, right? Right? Okay, so that is happening. I have some photographers in here. I have some creatives. Super excited about that. Now, some people have asked me, why the heck does it matter if I get published? And that's what this is going to be all about, is why, but then how to do it. So let me give you a few quick reasons why you would want to be published, whether you're a photographer or if you're creative. You ready? Number one is that being published will help you build credibility. No matter what industry you are in, if you go to your industry leaders and they see your work and they appreciate your work and love it, and then they publish it for you, then that is a huge, huge deal, because not only can you say to your clients or your fans, hey, I'm a pretty good photographer, or I'm a pretty good seamstress. You can say, hey, guess what? These guys who are industry leaders, they think I'm great too. Not only do I think I'm pretty awesome, but they think I'm pretty awesome. So that is a big deal. Number two is search engine optimization. If you have other websites featuring you and linking back to your site, then that will build up your SEO, because you have a credible website saying, hey, go check these guys out, right? And so building your SEO is a big deal. Is anyone else having trouble with their video? Monica says she is. So give me a thumbs up if your video is fine, or if we need to jump back on and out again. But I think we're okay. Tell me in the comments. Okay, so let's see. Okay, looks good. Good on my end. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we're going to keep going because we got a lot to get through. Okay, number three reason why you need to be published is to get exposure. If another big website is going to feature you, whether that's a huge Instagram account or a big website or a publication like a magazine, once you get in there and they are exposing their audience to you and saying and putting their stamp of approval on you, and that is a big deal. Number four is it pushes you to do better, okay? When I first started as a senior photographer, my goal was to be featured by Seniorology because they were the big website at the time, and I wanted to be good enough that they would choose me and my pictures to be featured on their site. And you know what that did? That made me work harder. That made me push myself so that I could finally be published. And when I did, that was a big deal for me. It didn't, I mean, yes, I got exposure and yes, new followers, but it was a big deal personally because I had achieved a goal. And it feels pretty awesome, right? When you're published, I'm sorry, but there's nothing like seeing your work in print. I'm just going to tell you right now, it is fantastic. So, and number five of why you should be published, I want you to think of your end game. There are a lot of you who want to be teachers eventually, not just necessarily stay with photography or with business or whatever, but you want to be a teacher or someone who is maybe you're a photography teacher that goes to a conference who teaches, right? That could be what, if that is your end game, you better start now working with the people who are building those conferences and building those magazines for those conferences. So this is, it is a good step toward a long-term goal. All right, so that is why I think you need to be published. All right, now let's get out our worksheets, okay? We are going to start with number one on your worksheets. And that, number one, is to change your stinking mind, okay? We get really worked up when we submit to, well, first we get hung up, right? We have all these beautiful sessions or all these products that we want to get featured somewhere else, and we're too scared. We're too scared to submit. We're too scared to even try. And you, my friends, that is baloney, okay? I have a magazine. If I didn't have 50 photographers join me, I'd be toast, right? I couldn't do Beauty Revived. I couldn't do what I want to do. I have to have content. I have to have photographers with me. And so I want you to change your mind a little bit, okay? I want you to change your mind and think that these sites are dependent on you submitting. And yes, they may tell you no. They might. And yes, they might not appreciate your work now. But like my friend Vicki Black always says, a no means not yet, right? So keep trying. And if you guys were, I'm going to tell a story that I just told in the Photography Power Hour over on Periscope. But when I was first trying to get published, I had a great idea. And I pitched it to one of the big photography sites. And I wanted to write an article, a how-to article for them. And I pitched it and I checked and there was no email. It was silent for a week, a month, a year. I did not hear back from them for a year and a half. And then they emailed me and they said, hey, this is a great idea. Sorry we didn't email you sooner. We've had some business changes and we are now in a position where we want to feature you. So I think that is an important, there are two lessons. Don't be discouraged with no. And two, you don't know what's going on in the publisher's mind. You don't know what's going on in their business. You don't know what's going on around them. So just realize that it's not a personal no if they tell you no. It just is not yet. You know, right now isn't a good time. So make it a goal to submit, okay? Now, number one, what do you have to offer? Now, if you are not working to create, to become the best photographer, senior photographer, or become your best self, then you may not ever be published. You have got to get the basics down. You've got to be the best photographer that you can be. You've got to know manual. You've got to be able to nail those things. If you are a creative, you've got to have you've got to build a brand and a business that someone can be proud to feature, okay? So what do you have to offer? I want you to write this down. I want you to write down what you have to offer because you need to know what makes you special. You need to know what makes you different. You need to know your talents. You need to know your gifts, and you have them. I know you do. We all do, and it is our responsibility to know what they are so that we can share them with others, so that we can build our business, so we can bless our families. Right? We've got to stop apologizing for being good, for being great at something, okay? So write those down so that you in your mind know what you have to offer. Okay, number two, I want you to make a list of places you want to be featured. Now, now this can be hard. I know that there are a lot of you who might not know where to be featured. Well, I found a website. It's called Two Bright Lights. Tell me in the comments if you guys have heard of Two Bright Lights. TwoBrightLights.com, okay? If you guys will go to that, and you don't need to do it now, but write it down, Two Bright Lights. This is for photographers. If you go to that and then go to our publishers, then it will give you a big list of magazines, of websites who are looking for, no, you've never heard of it. Okay, perfect. So go, after this is over, I want you to go to TwoBrightLights.com, okay? And they will have, I could do a screen share. Let's see if I can. Okay, so you can do I was going to see if I could show my screen, but I'm not going to be able to. But if you go to TwoBrightLights.com and if you go to our publishers, then it will show you a ton of places where you can apply, you can submit. Okay, now if you go through their website, then it will be easier to take out a couple steps, but it does cost something. But go and look over here and do some research and see if there are any websites or publications that they have listed. It has a ton of them that will be applicable to you and your business. And then you don't have to pay for the site, but you can use their list and see which one works for you and then submit there, okay? So anyway, so that is one tip for you. Go to 2 Bright Lights and make a list of places you want to be featured. Okay, so that is definitely point number 1. I want you guys to go make a list, because if you don't know where you want to start, if you don't know where you want to be featured, then you won't know what type of things to submit, okay? Now, let's see. Let's move on to number 2, okay? Once you have your list down, once you have a list of 5, let's say 5 websites, 5 publications, whatever you want, that you want to be published in, you have got to research, okay? I want you to buy, if it's a magazine, go and buy that publication. Because how do you know what to write? How do you know how to write it? How do you know what to submit if you have not studied out what they're looking for? You've got to do some research. And you need to know who their audience is, and who are they trying to please? Because if you can answer who their audience is, then you are on your way to know exactly what to submit, okay? So for example, I really wanted to be featured on the huge blog site, How Does She? Have you guys ever visited it? It has like 1 million followers or whatever. So I really wanted to be, yes, go pick up Working Mother magazine. Yes, there's a ton for wedding photographers. So I wanted to get featured on How Does She, okay? So I took a look at the website. Now, the website is definitely geared towards moms, right? It's geared towards educating moms, giving moms information, showing them how to do things at home and things like that, right? So I thought about it, and as a photographer, as a family photographer, back then I was a family photographer, I thought, how could I pitch a story to them that they would want to publish? Well, and we're gonna get down to this in number 3, but I thought, what could I write for them? It was in the summer. I knew that August, September, October are times when moms get family pictures done. And so I said, I'm a photographer. That was what I had to offer. And I thought about the year, like what time of year, what was coming up, what events were coming up, and then what would their audience want. And I pitched them, I said 10 ways to get mom ready for family pictures. Okay, I pitched that article idea to them, and they took it. They took it because why? Why did they take it? Because, again, the right time of year. I was thinking about their audience. What would their audience be worried about right now? They would be worried about family pictures, right? So I thought about their audience, what they needed, and because of that, they took the article, and now I can say that I've been published on How Does She, which is a big deal, okay? So think about who their audience is, and then I want you to think like I just told you, I want you to think, where does your audience and their audience meet? So their audience are moms, and my audience, I'm a photographer, so I know moms. I know what moms worry about, for family pictures. I get that. And so I can write a blog post about that, and hopefully they feature it, right? Okay. And then think about how far in advance they collect their content, because I'm a publisher, right? I publish my own magazine. You can't give me an article for my magazine issue in August. You can't give it to me July 31st, because my magazine is hopefully done by then, right? I've already done the test print. So you've got to think about lead time. You've got to think about, start thinking a few months out. Where will they be in 3 months? Because most of these big blog sites, whether you're a photographer or not, like How Does She is not a photography blog, but they are thinking at least a month out for their content. They're not thinking about their content, but day by day, they're thinking about it 1 or 2 months out. So you've got to think about the timeline. Yes, magazines are 6 months ahead. They are. So don't pitch them a Christmas story in November. They're done with that. They're all done. Okay. They are thinking 6 months ahead because they have to. It takes so much time to do the layout. It takes so much time to get the content and get the test prints and all that. All that has to happen. So yes, it does take a lot of time. So think about that. Number three, I want you to shoot, write, create. If you're a photographer, I want you to shoot. If you're a creator, I want you to create. And when you write your posts, I want you to write. I want you to write with them in mind. Okay. Let me just tell you, if you make it hard for your, if you make it hard for the person you're submitting to, it is way too easy for them to tell you no. You've got to make it as easy as you can. So when you're thinking about that, think about the time, like we just talked about, and you need to think about their style. What type of, if you're a photographer, what types of things do they want? If you're a creator, what types of things do they want created, okay? And think about it visually, because whether you are submitting to a website or a magazine, and whether you're a photographer or a creator, you have to be able to tell what you're going to tell with your writing and also with your photography. So think about your style. If you're a photographer, think about your style. I don't want you to change it. I don't want you to become someone else, but there are, for example, like Beyond the Wonderlust, they are looking for a very specific type of picture, right? Their pictures are more ethereal and more, they have more emotion and things like that, okay? So I will go to my pictures that are ethereal and evoke emotion. It doesn't mean that I'm going to change my style. It doesn't mean that I'm going to become a different person, suddenly have all new edits and things like that. No, but I'm going to pick my pictures that best correlate with their style, okay? And then, do you have anything that you can share? Now I want you to go back to the first question over here, and I want you to think about, what do you have to offer? Okay, think about that. What info can you share that will be beneficial to their audience? Make it easy for them to say yes, okay? Make it easy for them to say yes. All right, now I'm going to tell you a story, because I think stories are the best teaching tool ever. So I have a magazine, right? Beauty Revived. Now, every 3 months, we have a different topic in our magazine. Right now, we're doing children. And then before that, we did high school seniors. Before that, we did our 50 most beautiful, America's 50 most beautiful women. America's 50 most beautiful women. Okay, so with a title like that, I had 50 photographers submit a session, okay? Now, not only do photographers want to be in the magazine, but of course, they would love for their image to be on the cover of a magazine. Now think about this. Think about my title, America's 50 Most Beautiful Women. Now I want you to look at this, which one I chose. This photographer, the photographer here is Jackie Marchant. She is fantastic, right? Do you think that she thought about the cover when she submitted this for her session? This is not superimposed. This is, I think that it's on a wall of a building. Do you think that she thought about this? Do you think she thought about being on the front cover? Of course she did. Of course she did. I don't know, I haven't asked her, but think about that. Think about how easy it was to make a decision to have this on the front cover. Because she thought about my title, America's 50 Most Beautiful Women, and this encompasses it, right? This has the flag, it has a military man and a military wife. Are you kidding me? So if you are going to be, you need to create with your goal in mind. So I want you to create a photo session. I want you to create an article. I want you to create with the end goal of getting published, okay? Think about your, yes, you have to make it, yep, you have to make it so easy because, it's I think we're going to go into number 4. Okay, ready? Because as a publisher, as someone who is sifting through all of this content all the time, it is really easy to say no if the submission is not correct. Every website has a different a different way to submit, different requirements, and I'll tell you right now, if you submit without, with some mistakes, if you submit and don't follow all of the rules, then I don't have time. The publisher of these huge magazines, of these other websites, they don't have time to go back and say, oh, sorry, this would have been perfect, except you forgot to put your website in. Okay, they don't have time, they're not going to do it. And so you have to make sure that you know the rules for submission and that you follow them to a T. Otherwise, it's too easy to say no. Okay, it is too easy. Figure out if there are special instructions for the places you want to get published in. Okay, now you have to make it, yes, don't make it hard. Let's see, does the layout of the picture matter for cover image? Well, if you want a cover image, it has to be, for me, it has to be portrait, right? Because landscape, my magazines aren't landscape. So yeah, take that into consideration. You have to make it as easy as you can for them to say yes, okay? Make it as easy as you can for them to say yes, and don't make it easy to say no. All right, now we are going on to number 5, after the submission. Okay, now I want you to imagine being done. I want you to imagine it being done with, you've already submitted, the publisher is looking at your submissions and they like what they see. What are they going to do next? Are they going to just take your couple pictures or take your pitch at face value? No, they're not. They are going to go to your social media sites. They're going to go to Facebook. They're going to go to Instagram, because you provide those links, right? You provide those links when you submit, and they do that so that they can check you out, right? So I want you to think about, after the submission, okay? After you hit submit, where are these publishers, where are they going to go next? Are they going to go to your Facebook site? And what are they going to find there? Are they going to find a picture that you repost of cute puppies? Is that what they're going to find? Or are they going to find a professional place where your pictures look professional, your products are nicely featured if you're not a photographer? Is that what they're going to find? Because I'll tell you that I've done that. I've said, you know what, these pictures that they submitted, they check out. Now I've got to check out the rest of their presence. So I've gone to their website, and if their website is, if I can't immediately see, you have like 2 seconds. It's like 2 to 7 seconds to win people over. So you have to go look at your different platforms, whether that's your website, whether that's Facebook and Instagram, whatever information you're giving them, and go make sure that in 2 to 7 seconds, they can clearly see that, yes, you check out. Yes, she is a good person to feature. Yes, I can put my stamp of approval on this person. Because if you don't, you're making it easy to say no, okay? Because publishers are busy, but they also have a reputation, right? They've got to maintain a reputation. They want to make sure that they are publishing the right people and they're putting their stamp of approval on the right people. Okay, does that make sense? Monica asked, does black and white image have the same chance for cover images as color? That just depends on the publication. Okay, so that is where your research needs to come in, and make sure that you are that you look at past issues of magazines and make sure that you are seeing, I mean, are they putting black and white images on some of them? If not, I wouldn't risk it. I would say, or you can ask them, ask the publisher, get to know the publisher, figure out what their likes, what their dislikes are, what they are going for, you can go to any website and it says, like, about me, it says their mission statement, and you can figure out how you should be, what you should do to submit, okay? Let's see, do you guys have any more questions? Let's see. Okay, if you guys have any questions, put them in the chat. Okay, so along with your submissions, you need to make sure that, yes, you're submitting correctly, but how you submit, what you write matters. What you write on your website, what you write on your Facebook, what you write on your Instagram, all of that matters, okay? Not only does it matter for you, it matters for your brand, matters for your business, it matters for your clients, and it matters for those people who want to publish you, okay? So if you guys need help with this, that is what my course, my 4-week course is all about. It starts on June 6th. The cart is open right now. And the cart, I mean, the price is, I've already taken off $50 off any seat you want, okay? But you have to buy before noon right now, okay? Because I'm going to get off this in a few minutes and the price is going to go up. But let me tell you what is in this course, okay? In week 1, I get people tell me, I'm really worried about my writing voice. I don't have a writing voice. I don't sound like myself. In week 1, we are going to figure out your writing voice. We are going to get to the bottom of what makes you, you, and accepting that, right? Accepting that you are wonderful and people need to hear this. Also, in week 1, we are going to be writing for your audience, okay? And because if you're not writing for your audience, who are you writing for, right? And 3, we're going to go through some writing basics. In week 2, we are going to go through your online presence. And this is what I was talking about. Is your online presence communicating what you want it to? We're going to go through your social media pages and figure out if someone is coming to look at you and check you out to be published or to hire you, do you check out? Are they someone that they would want to pay or give you their business, right? And then we're going to go through blog goals and schedule, and we're going to go through your website pages. I'm going to tell you what to write on your About Me page. I'm going to tell you what to write on your FAQ page and on your contact page, okay? Because we are creatives. It's hard to know what to write to be effective. Well, we're going to go through that, okay? In week 3, I'm going to give you a writing outline. We're going to talk about SEO, because SEO can be scary and it can be complicated. But I'm going to tell you basic SEO so that you can do that to every image and every post so that you can get on top of Google, right? We're going to go through a blog writing checklist, figure out all the steps that you have to do to make your blog successful. Because if you just put it out there on your site and you say, here's my blog post, no one's going to come. So what do you do to really get the word out about your posts? Also a freemium. What is a freemium? It's what you give away to your visitors, your blog visitors, in order to get their email address so that you can always communicate with them. And I'll show you how to set that up in MailChimp. Number 4, I'm going to talk to you about how to collaborate, how to write a good email. I am sorry, but I have gotten some terrible emails, and I can't work with people if they are not willing to write a proper email. I'm going to tell you how to do that. Number 3, a media kit. I have, so that you can start working with other people. I just have templates that you can just put your things in. Make it super easy. I'm going to show you how to get published, and I'm going to show you how to get, how to write a press release so that you can get your information out in your individual community. So that is what my course is all about. If you have specific questions on if it's right for you, feel free to email me, michelle@iambeautyrevive.com, michelle@iambeautyrevive.com. This is going to be a 4-week intensive course. If you guys want in on this, this is the lowest price it will be ever, right? This hour is the lowest price because it's maiden voyage. So I know that in the future I will be raising the price, and it's a discount right now. So $50 off right now. And you get a workbook that I'm going to mail to you so you can fill it out every day. It's going to be fantastic. So that is what is happening. I would love for you to go underneath here. It says buy now. You can go check out the course, and hopefully it's right for you, right? So I can help you guys figure out how to write to really become effective and build your business and your brand. Now I've heard some, okay, so there is that. Are you guys ready for a giveaway? This is how we're going to do this, okay? You guys ready? If you guys want the $100 to Joe Totes, I have my lovely sister, Lindsay, in here, and she has got a random number generator. So if you guys want in on the Joe Totes, what you have to do is you need to, what should you do? Okay, yes, just say yes, I want a Joe Totes. Just say yes. And she has picked a random number, so just write yes in the comments, and just write yes in the comments, and she will be picking one at random using random.org, and she will let me know. She's going to text me who wins. Okay, thanks. Yep, thanks, Michelle counts. Absolutely. Yes, everyone wants a Joe Tote. Are you kidding me? They're the best. So perfect. Okay, so when Lindsay, my sister, when everyone gets done typing it in, yes, please, she will choose someone at random and text me who it is with their name, and then you'll just get to email me and I will send you over a code, okay? So thanks, you guys, for hanging out with me for this 45 minutes. It has been fantastic. Ooh, they're still coming in. So you have 10 seconds to write in the chat. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see. Okay, yes, and I will answer Carly's question. What do you do after being published? Do you put a link on your website to their website of your published work? Yes, what you do. Usually publications have badges that you can put on your website. And I like to put that, you can put that on the footer of your website. And so that your clients know that, yeah, you've been published. If this works, I just went to Clickin' Moms, okay? Clickin' Moms is huge, right? I just went to their website. At the bottom, they have a whole panel of places that they've been published or featured. Okay, Clickin' Moms is doing it. They're huge, right? So you probably need to start doing this. Start moving up, right? So that you can get that type of recognition. Now, this will not always get you new clients, right? But this, it will assure your clients that are coming to your site that you are someone to take seriously. Okay, any other questions? I know Clickin' Moms is fantastic. If they're doing it, it must be a pretty awesome idea, right? So Lindsay's gonna text me in just a minute with your, with the winner. Super excited. Joe Totes is our favorite. Let's see. It does help build a reputation. That's exactly right. And it puts you to where you want to be. Yes, a CM Pro with Clickin' Moms. Okay, guess who it is? Kelly Haynes. Kelly, you are the winner. I'm typing it in. Kelly Haynes, she is the winner. So Kelly, what you get to do is email me. I'm typing it in at michelle@iambeautyrevive.com, and I will get you the coupon code for $100 gift card to Joe Totes. Okay, Pamela just said, I made the cover of a local magazine, but there isn't a website. Oh, Kelly's one of my Beauty Revive photographers. Yay for Kelly. So I would contact them and ask them, even if you just have their logo, you can make your own button that says featured on. I know, Kelly, glad you showed up, right? So that's what I would do, is ask them if you can use their, if you can use their logo, and because you want to put it on their blog, your blog that you've been featured. Are there any other more questions? Yay for Kelly. And also don't forget, if you guys are thinking about doing Irisworks, there's some of my favorite. You get 15% off for the first 3 months using Beauty15. Beauty15. They are the best. So, okay, thanks you guys for jumping on. I'm giving you, see if you guys can beat me. I'm giving you until noon to go buy the course at the lowest price right now. It will be going up at noon. That's in 20 minutes. And we start the course on Monday. Okay, I'm so excited to help you guys write. If you guys think about it, think about your online presence. It is mostly writing. Are what you're writing, is that showing your audience what you want it to? Because if it's not, let me help you. Let me hold your hand and take you through how to write like a writer and build your brand and your business. Okay, thanks you guys for hanging out with me and for hanging out in the chat. Yes, if you are featured on their Instagram, ask the company if they have a button that says that you've been featured on their Instagram. Okay, ask the business that featured you. Okay, with that, I am closing this out. Thanks you guys for hanging out with me. This has been a party, and I can't wait to get in there with you and teach you how to write, because it matters. It matters to your business, it matters to your brand, and it matters to your clients. So we will see you guys. You have 20 minutes. Head on over to the Buy Now button. Okay, we'll see you guys.